Okay, we got the front end off. We're taking paper templates and we come in here and I've made up paper and then metal, and so we're going to go ahead and weld and box the front of the frame where I notched it earlier. We're going to weld this all up and then we're going to start working on that radiator mount that's going to go in here. Alright, I'm going to get this welded now. Alright, got everything tacked up on both of them here. We'll get them welded. So we're going to weld the new box section in, and we'll be ready to start putting the radiator back on. Alright, so I got both of them boxed in and welded here, and so we've made it to where that shroud and the radiator is going to be easy to unbolt, and now we can go to making the radiator mount. Alright, out of 1-inch tube and 1-inch angle, I've made this box here, and I'm going to weld it up now, and it's going to be the outer support of that radiator there. It's going to go all the way around it. So I'm going to get this all welded up and then get it bolted to it, and then we'll get it up here in place and make the mounts off the front of this. Alright, I got the main box welded up and everything here, so we're going to get it bolted onto that radiator and go from there. Alright, I got mounts welded on and bolted, so this one goes that way and this one goes down. So she's on there, she's part of the car. So we're going to work on the next part. I'm trying to get the front end on. We may just cut all the front mounts out because that was the bolt for the front mount. We just mount it right onto the radiator support, and then we may put some gussets in or something to make it a little bit stronger. But radiator mounts in there. And then we got to work on possibly making air dams. I know I need a. I know I'm going to have a shroud in here. We're going to have to make a shroud, but now since we notched that frame out, we got plenty of room to bolt shrouds on and off. So now we're going to work on maybe seeing if we get the front end to bolt on. Alright, so we've cut the end of the frame of the front end off on both sides. Then we strung that, we clamped a piece of angle up there, and we're able to set our height and our in and out this way and that way. So we're going to take it off again. We've marked it to cut down there. We've marked it, and we're going to put a new piece of tube in, and we're going to make new mounts off the radiator mount. So the front end will bolt onto that radiator mount there, and we're getting close. So we're going to have it to where right now we're working on getting that front end to where it bolts on and off. But it all looks good, and the door gaps look good on each side, and both doors open and close. So we're getting there. We're going to make that mount then for the front of this, and we're going to bolt it right to the radiator mount instead of coming off the frame. So we're going to take it off now. We're going to get that all fabbed up and new radiator mounts, or new front end mounts off that radiator mount that we made. Alright, so we've got the new mount there made for the front end, and I put this piece in right there to support the two brackets. So both the mounts are made for the front end, and we got it bolted on, and we got a real nice, on both sides we got the door jamb. Looks really good. So, and the hood bolts on. So we got this one here made too. And you see the piece I added in there, so the two bolted pieces go together. So now I got this 1 3/4 exhaust tube, 16 gauge, and I've guesstimated a couple cut lines on it. I'm going to cut it, and I got a bent. So that actually dictated where that, so I got a gap in here for this hose, and that hose has a bend in it. It's not straight off there, so we're gonna come and kick out and come over and put another hose on and put that steel tube in. So we're gonna cut it and see if we get the fit in there right now. All right, we're gonna cut her out on the saw. All right, so we got that exhaust pipe in there. We used two pieces of rubber with bends on it, and it isn't touching that steering box at all. Like, you got to move it a good bit to get it to hit, so we should never have any problems with that. And that definitely isn't going to collapse. You know, like, you usually got to put a spring in that lower one, but this thing will last forever like this. So we're going to go ahead and do the upper one, hopefully, right? And then we're going to go ahead and do the upper one now. Okay, I got the top radiator hose there made, and the bottom one. So the mount's done, front end mount's done, radiator mounts hoses are done. Tomorrow we'll come out and make a shroud, bolt the transcooler and the fan on there, electric fan, and probably going to call it for the night. If you like this kind of stuff, check back in.